What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. This is episode number 30. We've gone 30 episodes here in 2020. Pretty impressive, for me at least. I thought I'd give up after like the second one. But these are going to be very special episodes coming up because I did like a promotion type thing, which is, co-host with me. Let's have a lot of fun. I don't know if the name's going to stick. I called it RizzoCast Takeover. It was like the first thing I thought of, but maybe that name could get that dumped pretty soon. But anyways, we got a guest here today that is co-hosting. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, Danilo from University of Hawaii, Manila. Even woke up early for you today.
Yeah, I am.
9 o'clock.
Honestly, I woke up probably about 8:15, and we're recording this at 9 o'clock. So this is probably I think you get the award for earliest I've ever done a podcast. Like I've done 10, I've done 10:30, but I've never done 9. So I guess that's pretty impressive. So I appreciate you getting me out of bed.
Yeah, I forgot what the air feels like this early in the morning. It's just so crisp. I decided to take this one outside.
Yeah. So are you in Hawaii now? Or are you back?
No, I'm back home in the Bay Area.
So is it cold? Because it's freezing here.
Yeah, but it's not terrible. It's like 70-ish, but yeah, Hawaii 80 every day. Don't even need to check the weather app.
Yeah, I'm looking outside. There's frost on the roof. It's just all over the place, and it's cold. I'm sure my car I'd have to defrost it, but it's crazy. So anyway, here's some background. Danilo and I actually went to high school together, and we played high school baseball together. I'm sure we could talk all day about stories of high school baseball and all the crap that goes into it. But it's a very special occasion because this is the last episode of the year, and the last few days of the year, the last few hours of the year from hell, to be honest with you. So 2020, I know you want to talk about 2020 being a mess. So why don't you take it away?
It's funny that people are like, oh, 2020 was so bad, but honestly, it wasn't even that bad. It brought into perspective a lot of things, versus 2019 when you sort of just go with the flow really opens your eyes up. And
Yeah.
remember when we were about to go to World War III, the good old days?
Yeah, back in January when we almost started a war with Iran. It seems like so long ago. So I always think that like it feels like sometimes I think, God, this year's gone by so slow. Like, why isn't it over yet? But then some days I feel like, how's it December? Like it just flew by. It feels like just yesterday we got pulled out of that game.
I know. I still remember that in Burlingame. I remember I went to BJ's after with my dad, and we're like, oh yeah, we'll be practicing in a week, just a little week off. We'll throw, and 6 months later, haven't thrown yet.
Yep, we never went back to school. We graduated and we had like a
Graduated.
celebration in a parking lot. So I mean, that was as 20. Yeah, I like what you said, like perspective. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know if I should say everybody should have this experience, but like I don't know if I would redo it. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I learned
wouldn't.
a lot.
I definitely did, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I learned a lot about like medical stuff. Like, I mean, it gains like a better appreciation for the people in the front lines. But yeah, and a lot of people died too. Like celebrities died. Like
Kobe, yeah.
Kobe. That was so long ago. Where were you when you first heard that Kobe died?
I was at my house. I was actually finishing my run, and my phone was blowing up in my pocket. I thought it was just like my Snapchat streaks or something. And I went home and I had like 15 text messages. And I was like, what the hell? And then I looked at them, like, Kobe is dead. I was just like my friends playing with me. And I turned on the news and.
So is there a pickup truck like backing or like a big garbage truck?
There is. It's I'd show you, but it's the computer. There's a school across the street and they're doing like some maintenance on the field or something.
Oh, well, hopefully that field is going to be used. I mean,
yeah. Well, we had a solid 2 games and wow, yeah, I still remember my last play. Thanks, Elsner. Shout out to Elsner.
Yeah, Danilo's last play, guys, was him colliding with the center fielder. He was playing right field. He collided with the center fielder on a fly ball. And that was like the last.
Check called for. Thank you very much.
That was like the last glimpse that I remember on a baseball field.
So. After that, we did communications the next day, and I think that was our last practice because then we had the game after. It was one
Yeah.
of the two last practice.
If it was a Friday, because I know we got shut down on a Saturday.
Yeah,
Um,
right after the potluck. I still remember. You know, it's funny too. We had the morning why not mentality meeting, and you know how it was a wrestler that or a wrestler's mom, whatever, that got COVID.
yeah.
A bunch of us went to the wrestling room right after that, after the why not meeting, and just messed around for like an hour. And Jarrell and I actually took a nap in there for like a solid hour. So it was
In
very
the
interesting.
wrestling room when somebody
Yeah,
had COVID there.
yeah.
Oh my God, that's and no idea. That's
No,
pretty
no, we
interesting.
didn't know. It's funny.
So how were your holidays?
Pretty good. Are we talking Thanksgiving too, or just Christmas?
You could go anywhere with that.
We'll start from Halloween. Actually, you just
Yeah,
throw that
there you
in
go.
there. It wasn't a draft this year. What was that? Me and my friend, we did like a 1950s slick back look. If you want to look it up on my Instagram, shout out Danilo's Instagram, Danilo.Herger. Um, yeah, so we did this little luau beach party near I forget what part of the island it was, but it was really fun. Thanksgiving, came back here, and then I went back a week after, and then I came back the 20th, 19th, and yeah, I've been here ever since.
So are you doing anything fun for New Year's, or is it just kind of going to be like a boring Ryan Seacrest night?
That's a good question. Me and my friends have a couple of things planned, but I sort of just want to stay in my bed. So, so
That
we'll
seems
see.
like that's like every day. Like, do you get the sense that 2020 felt like Groundhog Day most of the time? Like it just felt like waking up the same thing every day. Like there's a good stretch there where everything was the same.
Yes, until I left for college. Like once August hit,
Yeah.
it's flown by. Got in a pretty good routine. The gym was open, so I got my gains in.
Yeah, and I know
And
we
yeah,
have a lot of baseball people here. Who did you work out with the other day? Or who did you work out next to?
yeah. So I was chilling at the gym, and I just finished deadlifting, and I took my straps off, and this guy who was probably 6'3", 215, was using these weak straps, and he's like, "Yo, bro, can I use the straps?" I was like, "Yeah." He started deadlifting 425. I was like, "Damn, he must be some type of player." He had, I forget, he had a Stanford sticker on his water bottle, and I was like, I wonder who that could be. And you could definitely tell it was a baseball player. You could just tell. So I went to the little sign-in sheet and it was Mark Patel.
Bust. I know you like to use the term bust. I mean, if you're looking for an exact definition, that's it. Bust.
Tough. Nice guy though.
Yeah, I
Should
saw him
ask him
pitch.
to should ask him to throw sometime.
Yeah, you should. So go in there when he's in there. How do you
I just
approach
tap my glove.
how do you approach that? Like in the middle of the lift or like when he's, in
You know,
the in
he
between?
he approached me. He was like, "Can I use the straps?" I was like, "Oh, sure." Maybe I'll just start doing band workouts and he'll get the idea that I play baseball.
That's a good one. Just start using the bands and doing
Yeah,
your workouts. He'll get the gist. Maybe he's looking for a throwing partner. I mean, it's
yeah.
been a few years since he's actually played professional baseball. Maybe he wants to get back in. So
Get ready for the uh the game in May. The whatchamacallit, the
yeah, alumni game, high
the
school
alumni
alumni
game.
game.
There you go. If that gets canceled, I'm gonna be sad. I'll fly down just for that.
Yeah, Coach Harlan actually said that. So Coach Harlan, our pitching coach in high school, actually did an Instagram live and said
But I remember I was on
all
it.
of the 2020 grads are going to be starting on alumni game if there is an alumni game.
Shit, I'm throwing 6 shutout innings.
Yeah, I feel like baseball is going to be the easiest to like come back like with the protocols because like everybody's spread out on the field.
Is
Um,
Reardon playing basketball this year?
that's a good question. I don't even think they know if they're playing football. Probably not.
Probably not football, but basketball. There's too much money invested in their basketball team.
Yeah, basketball. I want to say they've had meetings, but baseball with like track, cross country, like that's easy. Get it going. Track, get it going. Baseball. I mean, the only concern that people would have would be like dugouts, but like that could be
You
easily
could.
figured out.
It's where I spend most of my time.
Yeah. Dugout, the conversations that went down in the dugout are like some of the most iconic conversations. Like I learned so much from people. Like that's when you get to know your teammates is in the dugout.
I
So that
definitely lost a lot of nerves in my hands due to those talks and those times in the dugouts in San Francisco.
it gets cold during night games.
Yeah,
Any I wouldn't say night because it's not exactly night, but like 5 o'clock.
Midday. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes like if there's clouds anywhere, it gets cold, but it gets freezing. Um, it it's almost to the point where the later innings, you know how because we usually have to clean up the field and do all that back when the field was not turf.
Did I miss those? And then going back into the locker room and having the space heaters just blast for 20 minutes, defrosting your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Missed that.
Exactly. Getting pulled out of school to go to a
Yeah.
game.
I remember one of the last games, it might have been, no, I don't think it was the last game, but I had Harlan's class and he left. He's like, Herger, why don't you just come with me? Like, you're not going to do anything with this stuff. And we literally just messed around like 20 minutes. I forget what we were trying to do. We were trying to move something, or I forget what it was, but
Was it
then
the
we couldn't do it.
fence?
Yeah, it might have been the fence. And
You know,
then we just did random shit for 20 minutes.
we never even put up the fence. We were gonna do that the next Monday, and
I
it
know.
never happened. It never.
Rip Elsner.
Yeah. God, I can't believe that this year's. What is this year gonna be remembered? Obviously, the coronavirus. What else is this year gonna be remembered by? Like, what's a good theme to put on this year? Like one word.
That's a good question. I don't know if I could sum up this year in one word, but I think back to the topic of, just remembering how thankful you are. So
Yeah,
probably that.
for sure. Yeah. But I'm excited for. I mean, people think that like everything's going to be back to normal once the clock strikes 12 on New Year's Eve. It's not. Like, I mean, it's still.
Probably in midsummer, I guess.
Yeah, I'd assume.
But
And honestly, the vaccine is like the biggest thing to happen in medicine.
yeah,
Like I've been so impressed by like how fast it like usually it takes like 2 years, 3 years to develop, and we have a vaccine in like a matter of months. That's like a medical miracle. Like I'm shocked
yeah.
that that's. Do you know anybody
I,
that got it? Like any like medical workers that got it?
my not medical workers, but one of my homies from college, his mom, was like a nurse or something. I'm pretty sure she got it. I remember talking to him about it.
Yeah, that it should be rolling out to everybody hopefully pretty soon. But
I've been sort of lucky though in Hawaii. The cases are really low because it's so hard to get on the island if you're not there for school or work. Like you have to quarantine for 2 weeks. You have to come with a negative
mm,
test, so just no one goes. So the cases in Hawaii, I think when I left, it was like 50 a day, so it was not that bad at all.
yeah, so you've traveled there and back a few times. What is the
Yeah,
process like? Like to anybody that wants to, I mean, well, nobody probably wants to travel at this time, but anybody that has to travel at this time, what would they expect? Like at
it's
airports?
terrible. So to go to Hawaii specifically, you have to take a test here, submit it to the state of Hawaii, and you have to take the test within 3 days of leaving. So you have to take it and get the result back in 3 days, which is a pain. And then they
Wow.
have to clear it, which sometimes can take a day. So you just have to get really lucky. Thankfully, that I haven't had any bad luck with it. And then originally, when I first came here for college, you had to quarantine for 2 weeks too. So all the students quarantined on campus for 2 weeks, and it was basically just like one big party. It was actually really fun. Great way
Yeah.
to meet people. That's how I met most of my friends. We were like, "Oh, you're still here for 2 weeks? Let's hang out."
Yeah. So anybody that follows you on Instagram knows that you had a hell of a freshman first semester on campus. So
Yeah,
let's dive into like what you've been doing, like some of your activities that you do. I don't know if you could share some of them, but
yeah. I was gonna say
um
some of them. Some of them. I'm not trying to expose myself.
yeah,
Maybe if you
let's
follow me on
rephrase that.
Snapchat.
Let's rephrase that. How has your first semester gone? Because it looks like you've
Okay.
had a pretty good time.
My teachers are gonna kill me, but online school is such a joke. So it spent a lot of my time was not spent um, in the study area. A lot of beaches. If everyone's ever in Hawaii, shout me out. You know all the secret spots now. A lot of waterfalls, hiking, but there are some things that they didn't teach you at an all boys school, if you know what I mean. Dealing with them ladies is something else, man. I was talking with my one of my friends. He was like, "You went to an all guy school. Like that must have sucked." I was like, "Not even. Literally, there was no stress. It was just the homies 24/7."
Yeah, it was it was no stress. Like there's nothing.
Yeah, when
It
I
was
look back on it, I'm like, wow, we didn't have to, no gossip, no drama.
mhm,
It was awesome, and I
exactly.
miss it.
You go to school and you know what you're gonna get. Like there's
Yeah,
no there was expectations, but there wasn't like social like like you could do whatever you want. Like I wouldn't say do whatever you want, but you could be more unfiltered
I could
than
definitely get away with a lot more. Yeah,
yeah, you could be Danilo. Like I could be Steven and like there'd
yeah.
be no problem. But yeah, your Instagram has been a tremendous follow. So keep it up.
My
Um
Snapchat. Oh, if you follow my Snapchat, you know the real
mhm.
scoop, inside scoops.
Yeah, I know that your Snapchat, how do, and this is a general question, how do people have so many snaps just waiting for them and not opening them? Like, I know people that have snaps that have just been there for months and they haven't even opened them. Like, I see a snap, I open it like right away.
Right now, I have like not to flex, but I have like 40 unanswered snaps. It gets a hassle. That's why. There's probably like 3 people that I actually respond to like on a timely basis. And it's just so much work. I was actually thinking about deleting Snapchat.
Yeah, I used to have a good amount. I'm going to look right now. None. So you're the last one 20 minutes ago, and it was, hey, do you want to start now? So that was like I used to do streaks, but then those just got way too much. Like I couldn't keep up
Yeah,
with them. Um, it ended up being an all like you know how you're supposed to do for Snapchat streaks, one photo a day each, and it turned into like an all day thing. Like I
yeah.
was getting foreheads all day.
I don't really do streaks where I just don't like the ass. I'll like have conversations with people or like talk to them, see how their day's going. But I'm gonna be straight up. Like if you ain't a cute chick, I ain't responding to you for a minute.
Why don't you just unadd them then if you're not
Because there's
interested?
still some friends, people I talk to, hang out with, just don't want to
And
talk to you
that's
on
the
a
only
daily
way
basis.
that you can like
Yeah.
because is it weird being on campus and not even being able to go into the classroom?
Um, a little bit like so we have lower campus where all the dorms are and the
Mhm.
cafeteria, and then we have upper campus where the actual, classrooms are. So it's not weird since you're gonna spend most of your time on lower campus either way. But it is weird not being able to, interact with people because I had such a fun time interacting with people in classrooms in high school, just messing around. And in college, you can't really do that over a computer. So it's definitely weird in that sense.
Yeah, I think that's something that like people just going into high school or just going into like kindergarten or something or middle school, that's what they're going to have a hard time with because like
Yes, yeah.
you're going into high school on campus for the first time. And I know that like some high schools have been in, like our high school was in for a little bit, but it's like you still don't get to like have passing periods where you talk. So like if you
That's some of
like
the best moments, just dabbing up the bros. Or I
exactly.
guess the friends, since Reardon is a co-ed school now.
Yeah. So if you start like officially start high school your sophomore year, like you're behind in like you're way behind socially. Like you have
How are you supposed to shake Mr. Azali's hand on Zoom?
exactly how are you supposed to fist bump people in the hallway on Zoom? It's not fun, but I mean, I guess teachers have done as good as a job as they possibly could do with it. So
I still want a senior to send me Harlan's Zoom link just for one class.
yeah,
I'm gonna pop in.
go back in all of your teachers' Zooms.
I went into probably shouldn't say this, but I went into I forget who sent it to me. Someone sent me the Zoom link for my homeroom, and I was like, all right, mess around with it. So I went in. I think me and EJ went in, and Mario. It was Miss Roman. Mr. So's not here anymore.
Yes, I do.
I didn't know that, and it was just
Mhm.
Mr. Roman. It was very fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, Miss Roman, if you're listening, that was me.
Do you have any goals for next year? Like any like bucket list items you want to knock off
For college or just in life in general?
in life in general?
Oh, that's a good question. We'll start with just college. Did pretty good this semester. I want to keep my 3.5. Um, I want to get back. I used to be able to run a 5:30 mile back in my heyday. Now I'm at like a 6:15. So get that back. Stairway to Heaven. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. It's just a really dangerous hike. Like 5 people die on it a year. I want to do that.
Is it like
Uh,
really high altitude? Is that where they die?
No, it's just sketchy. Here, look it up right now.
Okay, I will do that. Stairway to Heaven, right?
Yeah, the song might pop up. You might want to look up "Stairway to Heaven." Why?
Yeah, I'm getting the Bruno Mars. Here we go. Stairway. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen real quick for the viewers on YouTube. Um, and they could check this out. If you're listening, then I can't help you there. But um, so here it is. Here's Stairway to Heaven. So is this what you want to do? Is this safe?
Yeah, no,
It's not safe.
it's very illegal too.
So people could have died
Oh,
by.
people do. I think like 5 people died this year.
So I like does the bridge is it possible for like the bridge steps to like go down like you
That
know
I
that
think
scene in
if you
Shrek?
can't, yeah, that or if you see like past the hill, like if you go a little bit farther down, it gets really sketchy. So if like you miss a step, yeah, like almost right there, if you miss a step, it ain't looking too good.
Like this like it reminds me of that scene in Shrek when they're trying to get to the castle and like the things keep going down the
Yeah,
steps.
but it's all worth it for the gram.
Yeah.
And
So if
you have to go at like 5 a.m. because that's the only time the security isn't patrolling.
oh my gosh. So
So
security won't even let people on there and it's like a trail.
no, yeah, it's illegal.
Oh, okay. Well, you gotta find a way to sneak past them.
Gotta find a way, as one of my coaches once said.
Find a way, exactly. So if you went to school in Alaska, would you do Everest?
I would definitely train first, but I would attempt to
Yeah,
because that's actually
obviously.
like you'd need to actually train to do that. This one, if you're as long as you're sort of in shape, you could do it.
Yeah. Can you imagine if you had a medical emergency just at the top or in the middle of like a bridge that you're crossing, an
That or like
unstable bridge?
my worry is like, what happens if you have to go to the bathroom? Like, what are you gonna do?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. I guess, I mean, you could pee easily. I mean, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
But like, if you're
Plus,
trying to,
it's an all day thing, so you have to pack food, you have to pack water.
how many miles is
Probably,
it?
that's a good question. I don't know. Download a Rizzo podcast to listen to.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Uh, by the way, hopefully, they're not going to be like an hour next year, when I get back into it. But because people, these podcasts, you have to keep them entertained and like
Of
they
course.
trail off during an hour. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
These little co-host things should be interesting though.
that's another goal of mine next year. Become TikTok famous. I feel like I can do it. I feel like I have the bandwidth to become TikTok famous.
So how close are you from getting to like how what's your progress?
I need to post more often. Right now, I had a video that got like 5.5K views. Not terrible, but one of my friends, he's actually Adam Arlitz, go follow him. He's actually TikTok famous. Like I think his last video got like 150,000 likes or views or whatever. So
Hmm.
he's gonna shout me out on that. We're gonna do a couple we're gonna collab, as they say, and I will become TikTok famous. Hopefully, TikTok famous enough to drop out of college. That's the goal.
So can you make money off of TikTok famous? Like I mean, I know
You
you would
can,
get like
yeah.
from the app itself or just like other
I don't know.
endorsements.
I think endorsements is the way to go.
Yeah. I don't have it. I've avoided getting it because like I know how addicting it could be. So and plus I see all the good ones on like Instagram and Twitter.
That's true.
So I mean I don't necessarily need it as like a whole separate thing. But I know two people that have gone TikTok famous. One of them actually I've interviewed on here before. His name is Michael Saltzman. I don't know if you've seen him. He does motivational workout videos. Or not workout videos, but um like he gives people advice. I think his account is called Can't Until. And he does
That's
like day 42, don't eat carbs today or something like that. So
that's another thing about TikTok. It's not just like funny videos. There's like DIYs, tutorials, or like as you said, motivational stuff. That's a whole
yeah, Michael does
roundabout.
it. He does a really good job. And I also know someone that was in my psychology class that I did a few projects with, who's got like 500,000 followers. Like it's insane. Um, or he might be in the millions on TikTok, and he might have thousands on Instagram. I can't remember, but it's something crazy.
So
So
next time, what on December 30th, 2021, when you're interviewing me, I'll be TikTok famous.
Exactly. And then we'd get more traction on this.
Yeah, I'll just shout it out on my TikTok.
Exactly. I can't wait for I wonder what it's gonna look like. Like, are you gonna have like a full beard by then? Are you gonna look the
No,
same?
I can't grow out a beard. I've already tried. This is as much. Usually I clean shave it. Reardon has taught me that clean shaving is always the way to go. Which is
Yeah.
funny because I hated shaving in high school because I was forced to. But
Hmm.
now I always clean shave. All the girls are like, okay. I go by Danny in college, which is drives me insane. Hate it. But no one knows how to pronounce my name. They're always like, Danny, you should just clean shave. And I'm like, all right, screw it. That and long hair are the two
Hmm.
things I've been told. And glasses. I have glasses, but I just don't wear them.
Yeah, I need glasses, otherwise I cannot see. I don't do them for the podcast, but I like if I'm watching TV, I need them. If I'm like going in public, I probably need them. But I kind of want to get LASIK, like LASIK.
Ooh,
I mean, it's a big boy move, but I mean, it might pay off in the long run, especially like if I'm ever in a position where career-wise I'm reading a teleprompter.
yeah.
Like, I mean, you kind of want to be prepared for that
A
instead of.
non-blind Rizzo?
Yeah,
Wow.
can you imagine that?
I couldn't.
I wouldn't need to wear the goggles when I pitch anymore. I
Yeah.
mean, night games were
Well,
miserable. Like they'd have to move into the tap signs. The catcher would have to do a ton of extra stuff. Oh gosh.
talking about, I wonder how Elsner and Will are doing in college playing baseball.
Oh, I
Is there
saw
anyone
it.
else?
That's a good question. I saw Elsner yesterday. We hit a few times a week. Even though I'm not, my career's over.
Where are you
But
guys hitting at?
Pacifica.
The cages? I haven't been there forever.
No, down at a
Uh,
field at Terra Nova's field.
maybe one day I'll slide. It's such a long
Yeah,
drive.
for sure. We're doing it next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So
Maybe Monday I'll talk about that after the podcast.
yeah, we'll talk about that off air,
Yeah.
and it should be a lot of fun. But I feel like I was going to mention one other thing about what was I going to mention? Oh yeah, the clean shaven thing. So I was going back and watching some of the old podcasts I did because I was doing, and I'm not even done yet. I was putting chapters in, so YouTube has a thing where you could do chapters. So if you go like try to fast forward the video, it would go to different sections of the video. So like
Okay.
I thought it was cool to like organize it. And I was looking at like the progression, like it started off down here, then it got full, then it shaved, then it down here, full. So like it was just an ongoing thing. So I shaved for Christmas Eve. So I'm waiting for it to come back. It hasn't come back yet, but it comes back rather quick. Um,
I just was never able to grow a full beard like on the sides. Doesn't grow. Makes me
yeah,
sad. I would.
the sides look good, and then you have to shave it, and it's just a pain. Oh, it's the
Yeah.
worst. Because I can never get like what's way back here, or the worst is down here, the neck. It becomes unbearable.
That's another thing. How are people supposed to get detentions from Miss Freeman on Zoom? I know
So
she's your favorite,
yeah, so if you guys don't know who Miss Freeman is, she's a math teacher at
Anne
our old high
Freeman.
school, uh, who would who's notorious for giving detentions for shaving. So,
I
um,
miss the good old days when I didn't have to pay attention in math class. I could just ace the tests.
did do you have any like cool classes that you took or gonna take?
I'll tell you my schedule. I had Lit 201. I forgot the actual name. That was an actually interesting class. I sent Mr. Rizali a book that we read in it. Hopefully he'll enjoy it. I don't know. I sent it to school, so I don't know if he got it
Mhm.
yet. That was a really interesting class. It was more about like debates about like social current events than an
Mhm.
actual English class,
That's fun.
which yeah, it was really fun. So we'd just go on Zoom. We'd have a book to read. We'd talk about that. Then my econ class, which is my major econ. What else classes? Geography. God, I hated that class. That was one of the worst class. I did not care about it. Most classes that I don't. My math class, and there's one class which I'm just forgetting. Oh
So you're
well.
majoring in econ. Like, what do you want to do with that? Like, what do you want to
Um,
do
the plan is
if you
to
got a dream job?
in 4 years, if I still want to go to school, I'm gonna go to law school.
Hmm. Oh, there you
Um,
go.
yeah. If not, fine, become an economist. Hopefully, like day trade, go in the stock market, and yeah. But so it's either that. Really, if I my top three careers besides baseball. So if I
Hmm.
could pick anything, I'd just be a baseball player, which would be dumb. But realistically, FBI agent, that'd be so much fun. Shout out Blacklist. That's what made me want to be an FBI agent.
I've yet to watch it. It's on my list.
I think I've mentioned that to you like 4 times.
I know I have to. I have to. I'm watching Schitt's Creek right now, which is I see why I won so many awards, but um,
Either a FBI agent, NASCAR driver, because
mm.
then I wouldn't get in trouble for speeding, or a lawyer. And I think it's too late for my NASCAR career. FBI agent still maybe.
How do you train? Like, how do you get in the knot? Do you just you drive fast on the freeway and somebody notices you? What?
So you don't even need a license to be a NASCAR driver
What?
because it's all private road.
Well, it makes sense that you don't need a license, but like, if you drive NASCAR and you're successful, like you shouldn't even be able to take the
Yeah,
test. Like, you should just get a license handed to you.
I think a lot the route is, or at least in America, because I know in Europe it's different because they have F1. They start with go-karts, then they do like stock cars, and they do like trucks, and then like just levels up each time
What would
until
be
they
your
get sponsored.
sponsor? Like, if you had a sponsor, what would be your sponsor? Like on your hood, on the sides?
I used to drink a lot of Bang, not anymore. Bang, Gatorade, good one.
Mhm. I remember one day before practice, one of our teammates
I know
com-
where this is going.
combined. I still have the video on my phone. It's
Me too.
excellent.
I posted
Com-
on his birthday. I remember that.
Combined a 7-Eleven Slurpee with a Bang, and like apparently I didn't try it. Like I didn't want that. I didn't want to have a heart attack on the field. But you tried it. What did it taste like?
Recently I put my pre-workout. Mr. Hyde is the name of my pre-workout. Shout
Mm.
out. I put Mr. Hyde in a Bang, and my whole body went numb. And that's the closest thing. The Slurpee is the closest thing I felt to that. It felt like you had so much energy that you don't feel anything. It's hard to.
You took like
It's
a
a
one
euphoria
sip.
effect.
You took like one sip, right?
Yeah, definitely could feel it right away.
That's crazy. Yeah, I got to get back into the like I'm very spotty on workouts. So that's something that I have to pick up the pace on. Um
That's definitely it helps when you have a gym. I think the
mhm.
gym's like a couple blocks away. It's a really nice gym too. They just redid it. So it definitely helps when your school has a gym
Have you
and like you
done
have friends to go with.
the Sally workout since?
Funny that bring I did that here because all the leg machines are closed. So I was like, what workouts could I do? So I did calf raises, barbell calf raises. I did that.
What is
Brings me a good
Sally?
old
What
days.
is Sally again? Is it it's 10?
The Sally up, Sally down.
Oh, no, it's Sally's is squats. Have you
Yeah.
done any what is the workouts we did the hit workout? Or no, the oh, what's it called? The one where we did, push-ups, pull-ups, squats. I'm blanking on the name. Not Tina. Cindy.
Oh yeah. Haven't
Cindy.
done any of those.
Yeah, Cindy would be a good one to get back going.
Hopefully the gym opens up for Reardon. I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah. So our high school actually extended the weight room, which I mean, that's important.
How many of your listeners are actually Reardon grads or go to Reardon? Do you know?
I feel like a good number of them are, but a good number come from Twitter. Um, you get some clicks on Facebook, but that's more like family friends, and it's weird for them to, it's weird
Listen
that,
to you for an hour.
yeah, actually, like sometimes my mom listens and she listens to like the first like second of me introducing the guest, and it's like, oh, okay, but
Yeah.
she's watched some, but um, yeah, some Reardon people. There's some other Twitter people. Um, I have way better luck on Twitter than I have on Instagram or anywhere
I don't
else.
even have a Twitter. I need to step up my game.
I don't know if I would recommend you get Twitter or recommend not you get like it's very toxic at times because like
Really?
I think I saw a study where it's like it takes a matter of hours for you to pick like a political side within hours of getting Twitter, you already have an attachment to like a political side. That's
Yeah,
scary.
we didn't even talk about politics yet. We haven't talked about a lot
Oh
of things
God,
that happened this year.
got that. Yeah, that's the most like polarizing. That's pro. It's probably the most divided like we've seen. I don't
I
know.
think what a lot of people, their problem is they don't know how to agree with the other side. Like, there's agree
Mhm.
to disagree. I think a lot of people just need to be able to respect other people's opinions.
Exactly. And I think it goes into like compromising. Like, I agree with this, you agree with this, we disagree on this, but we agree on this. Like, that's something
Yeah,
that has to happen like in lawmaking too. Because like it's just a matter of no, I don't want that, but I don't want that. So let's not get anything done. So like you have to there needs to be some kind of agreement with, but it's a mess. It's a mess. Like it's very divided, but social media like just amplifies it. Like
yeah.
you're expected to like take a side on social media. Like I'm kind of like in the middle. Like I don't have a side. Like there's things that I don't like about both, and there's things that I like about both.
We haven't even talked
And
about Mr. Izola's class yet. Wow, I miss that dude. That's one
yeah,
of the few classes I actually enjoyed going to. So
yeah,
if he's listening right now, Jeff, great teacher.
yeah.
I follow him on Instagram too.
I bet
He's one
Harlan's
hell of a
what.
cook.
I bet Coach Harlan's. If Coach Harlan sees the thing that Danilo has come on here, he's gonna watch.
Oh, he most definitely will.
Yeah, so
My son,
I have to get him
him,
on.
him and Harlan's class were like the only two classes I actually enjoyed going to in the 4 years. So
Yeah,
they're
there's
good. The other ones were like, oh, sort of have to.
yeah. I'm excited for next. I take a walking class next semester. It's one unit. It was
So
just kind of a. It's just kind
you
of a.
just walk.
I guess. I mean, I don't know the specifics, but
You work on your 90s.
I get. I mean, I could. We could change it into like a hard 90 class, but um,
I
it's
don't. Yeah, I don't think they offer a walking class in my school.
yeah. It's
They
only
offer a volleyball class.
oh, there you go. That could be fun.
Yeah,
But I feel like volleyball, like it looks fun until like the volleyballs are just so hard. It sounds funny, but
well, I'm a pretty tall guy, so I just would like spiking on people. I can dunk now. I'd like
you
to flex
can.
that.
That's a
Yeah, I've
development.
been doing a lot of leg workouts, and I posted it on my Instagram not too long ago. It was a video of me dunking.
So, how's your one-on-one basketball game? Like, have you had the chance in college to play a lot? Because I know that's your bread and butter right there. Like trash
I'm
talking people for one-on-ones.
calling out Thomas Harlan right now on December 30th. But yeah, no, I play. There's a really nice hoop not too far from my dorm, and that's where all locals play. So we'll get some game like 4-on-4s, 5-on-5s going. It's pretty fun, except for like they're not very tall since they're all like
Yeah. What do you bring?
islanders.
What do you bring home when you come back home, and what do you leave at your dorm? I feel like that's an interesting question.
Oh, bring home. Every time I come back to why I always bring more clothes. But bring home, I brought back my Xbox because I didn't use it.
Hmm.
Everything else, what did I leave there? I left my skateboard. I didn't, it was a hassle and a half bringing it there.
Is it the
And my
same
electric,
skateboard?
yeah, it
Ah,
is. The
yes.
electric one, the one that I fractured my wrist on.
Classic. Yeah. You've had a lot of weird injuries.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
That got stitches when I was like 7. That
Hmm.
was fun.
I
Um,
haven't had anything too notable except the most embarrassing one was the funny bone one during baseball. My junior year was when I was hitting,
I
and
remember that.
I went to turn, and it hit me like right here, and my elbow just stuck out, and it got numb. So
There was a shark attack where I was surfing a couple
really,
hours after I was done. Yeah, that was so could have been a bad injury. It
that could
was
have been bad.
That's another thing I want to become really good at in 2021 surfing. I feel like I could do it. It seems pretty hard, but I think I
You
can
come
do it.
off as someone that could surf pretty well. Like
I'm not terrible, but it's really hard to go from like this to here because up here it gets actually dangerous.
yeah,
So like you have to be like really confident in order to go and get the good waves.
yeah.
I'm
The
trying
waves
to
here in
talk.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm trying to talk JJ into going to the University of Hawaii. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, that would be awesome to have in there. But the waves in Pacifica like are huge. Like
Are they?
there's a place by the pier where you can watch the waves and like it's going over there and it's like drenching cars. drenching
Nice.
people. So they
Maybe
blocked
I'll
it
have to.
off.
Yeah, but if I surf in Pacific, I need a wetsuit, which I don't like
Yes.
doing.
Hawaii, is the water warm?
Oh yeah, it's awesome each day.
Well,
Doesn't
that's
change.
good. That's good. All right. Well, it was fun talking. We're at the 40-minute mark. I think we went a little bit above, maybe.
Wow, that was a quick 40 minutes.
That was quick. That was quick. So, do you wanna preview your dentist appointment? Is this like an emergency dentist appointment? Is this
No,
like
I need
just a
to. It's
general
a
checkup?
doctor's appointment.
Oh,
I need
doctor's
to.
appointment.
I need to get my HPV shot in order
Oh,
to go back to college, which I hate shots. If anyone knows me, it's my number one fear, shots. So
really?
yeah,
I feel like so shots. My brother hates them, but I don't mind them because they put the
rubbing alcohol. I hate the smell of that. Every time I even smell
yeah,
rubbing alcohol,
yeah, but they put that on and like you don't feel anything. But I feel like
it's the thought of
the
like the needle
yeah,
in me.
yeah, the needles are really small now. So like you could
Yeah,
barely feel it and it's in and out and they quickly put I guess like watching it would be tough because like you could see them push it down, you see the stuff go in you, but like, oh God.
that and the dark. I need to sleep with the night light on.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
two
interesting.
things. Two things you probably didn't know about me.
If it were up to me, I would have it completely dark, but we have a street light that is like literally, I mean, I don't know. Let's see if I could get the window. Wait. Nope. Okay. No, I'm not even gonna try.
I
But
think I've
there's a
seen it before when we drove by your house.
yeah, there's a street light right next to my window, and it's there for like the next four houses. So that's not fun, but it doesn't really get in the way. But it's still dark. Um, but yeah. Anyways, this was fun. I appreciate you stopping by. This was the first takeover um, co-host person I had on. There's more to come. I got some good forms that were filled out. Your original form was actually talk about whatever you want. I was like, okay, we need to be a little bit more specific, but
This is talking about whatever we want.
it is. It's rambling on, which is really
We
fun.
could do this for hours.
Yeah. So do you want to plug yourself for anybody watching? Where can
Sure.
people find you?
Follow me on the IG, Danilo.Herger, Danilo, for everyone that does not know how to spell. Ooh, that rhymed. Do you hear that?
Yeah. What about
That's sort of
TikTok? You want to get TikTok famous?
TikTok. I think my TikTok's the same thing, Danilo.Herger. My Snapchat, Herger_burger28. Um, what else am I on? HergerDanilo@gmail.com for any sponsors that want to sponsor me. It's actually crazy. I still get emails I still have my rewritten email on my
I do too.
computer.
I do too.
And like the only updates I get are from Schoology from Harlan, from
Really?
the baseball group.
Yeah, I use that email. If I were to go back, I would unsubscribe from all this. Like, there's so much I use that for, and like it's like MLB.com and
Yeah,
Bleacher Report, Twit. Like, it's all rolling in. I just have to go in there, delete it every once in a while. But I'm debating whether I want to log out of it just yet. But I use it for like it's still good to use to like create accounts. But
I feel that.
yeah. So, anyways, you guys could follow the podcast at RizzoCast on Twitter and Instagram. Have a very safe New Year. Okay, don't do anything stupid. If you're drinking, don't get behind the wheel. That is like the
Don't pull off
stupidest.
3 of your fingers like Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah, don't do anything stupid. Fireworks. I guess if it's raining, like if it's raining and you're doing fireworks, there's just no point.
Yeah,
But if you're in California, don't start a fire. So just generally anything, be safe. Have fun though. And enjoy your new year. We will see you back in 2021. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.